What is going on, my Alabama fans? Hope you guys are having a wonderful day as we enter into week 13 of the college football season. Another edition of SEC Insider brought to you by Keep Alabama Beautiful. And there to the right of me on the screen, our good friend, you guys remember this guy well, Blake Sims. What is going on, Blake? What's going on, Blake Sims? How you been?
Man, I'm doing very well. Just happy to be here and, just on this great Monday, watching a little TV and just relaxing. Got a good workout in this morning and, now I'm just relaxing.
Relaxing. That sounds like the way to go, especially heading into this Thanksgiving week. And as
Most
the
definitely.
former quarterback at Alabama, didn't do a whole lot of relaxing on Iron Bowl week. I know, so this is a little different for you, but certainly really thrilled to have you. I'm glad we were able to catch you on a little bit of downtime as you get ready for sort of the next chapter in your life. So tell us, what have you been up to? Life after Alabama football. What's been going on lately?
A lot of things been going good, receiving a lot of more blessings. And since I left Alabama, I had an opportunity to do a movie. Was in the movie Safety. That's with Disney. Also played in on a couple teams, and right now my daughter, she's starting basketball, so I'm very focused in that and helping her become the best basketball player that she could be, and also getting ready for my own season that will start up in the end of February. I will play for the Frisco Fighters this year in Texas, so I'll be in Coop's backyard. So
Oh,
yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. So everything's been going good. I can't complain.
Coop's backyard. That's awesome. Do you and Coop still keep in contact? You guys hang out some?
Yeah, we keep in contact. He's very busy. He's trying to keep his mind and keep his body right for the season and make sure he's producing the best way that he can for his team. And we talk every now and then. Every time he gets a break and he comes to Atlanta or he's in Tuscaloosa, we sit down and talk, and it's like we ain't never been away from each other.
I know that's right. And of course, I'm sitting here at Mike McCoy's gym in Bessemer, Alabama, which he came in here and gave you a hard time and said, "Hey, you got to get over here and get some training in when you get back here to Birmingham here, and so he can get you right before you head to Frisco, right?"
Yeah, most definitely. Mike gets me right every time, man, and he's a great guy, and that's the best place to train at right now in Birmingham, even in the state of Alabama. And I'm looking forward to getting back there and getting with him, and so he can get me right. I got a couple of injuries from last season that I'm looking for him to get me right with, but I miss Birmingham, I miss him, and I miss the family.
Absolutely. And before we get into some Iron Bowl talk and discussion about this year's Alabama team, Kyla, is she around? I know you mentioned you got her playing basketball. Is she there with you guys right now?
Yeah, she's right here.
Kyla, hello.
Hi.
How's it going? Dad's proud of you and your basketball career, and certainly excited to see you out there getting things right and playing basketball. Do you enjoy playing the sport?
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
Yeah.
Have you enjoyed watching Dad's football career?
hmm
Yeah. We know Kyla's a little shy, but hey, I'm sure she goes out there and gets after it on the basketball court. So
For
love it.
sure, she does
Love
every
it.
time, man.
Yep. And shout out to, of course, your wife, Rafaela, as well. I know she's doing some big things too. We appreciate you giving some taking us behind the curtain of the Blake Sims family. So
Most definitely.
obviously, you've had a great career, had a great career at Alabama. One of the highlights of your career, in December of 2014, breaking that single season record for passing yards uh, at Alabama, and I guess in your 14 starts, you had 3,487 yards, 28 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. So certainly a time to remember. You were part of two national championship teams as well, and just getting to be part of all that. What do you miss most about playing for the Crimson Tide?
I think the Walk of Champions. The Walk of Champions. Just that waking up that Saturday morning, the whole preparation. Doing the walking around Capstone, just to wake our legs up. The pregame meal, just the stadium. We had our 10-year anniversary a couple weeks ago, and just being back in that stadium, man, I was getting the same kind of chills. I felt like I was in the locker room getting ready once again, and just to interact with the fans again, that was wonderful. Because being in Georgia, I'm around a lot of Georgia fans, so being around seeing the Crimson is always beautiful.
Yeah, you have to remind people of the difference in the two colors, right? The red and the
Right,
crimson, they're totally different. So
most
you have to
definitely.
make sure you stand up to that. Looking at this year's Alabama team, this 2021 Alabama team coming off a national championship last season, what do you think about this year's team? What stands out to you about how they've performed this season and what their chances are as they get into this Iron Bowl this week and on to the SEC championship against Georgia?
I think Alabama's looking very good this year. I think Coach Saban has the you could tell on the field that Coach Saban still holds the players to the same standard as when I was there and before I was there. The team looks great. I think what stood out to me the most was last week against Arkansas. Every time somebody scored, if it was guys that done came out or wasn't in the game or decided they couldn't play that day, they wasn't on the sideline pouting, worried about themselves and upset that they couldn't play or whatever. It was like the whole team was celebrating every time somebody scores. And when you have that, you have the urgency to want to go get into the end zone and you want to see and you want to play great in front of your teammates.
Absolutely. And your thoughts on Bryce Young and the performance he's having so far this year and how he's developed and grown into this system at Alabama.
I think he's doing a great job. I think the way that his teammates was congratulating him as he made great plays, and also being standing behind him when he didn't make great plays. I think that's a lot when it comes, with me being a former quarterback at Alabama. It says a lot, and it helps you. It helps you in the long run. I think the way that he been playing is great. The way his poise in the pocket, and the way when he gets outside of the pocket, he keeps his eyes downfield, and he always lets everybody know it's not about him; it's about the team.
Absolutely. And I think that's one thing, being in that quarterback position and in your transition into that sort of spotlight, you get praised, you
Mhm.
get the highs of highs, but the lows of lows and, having to
Right.
experience that and go through that. So as we enter into Iron Bowl week, just tell the people out there that are watching this right now, just the significance of the Iron Bowl and what it meant to you and this great state and of course playing for the Crimson Tide on that side of it.
Oh man, this game. I know the game is very tense. A lot of things, a lot of trash talking going on, and it starts like immediately when that clock stops from the week before. And I know the whole state of Alabama's pumped for this game for this weekend. Uh, I wish nothing but the best for Alabama. I hope we come with the win. And I know that every player is just ready. We've been waiting 365 days for this game because whoever wins, we get to hold the upper hand on the Auburn fans for 365 days, and we're just looking forward to coming out there and playing our butt off. And I know Coach Saban, he's trying to keep them calm and keep their poise right and make sure they understand what the prize is. And this is just the next game, And I know the fans are looking forward to it. So I hope we go out and do what we need to do.
Next game, of course. Now, this will be our little secret because you never want to look ahead to the game after the next game, right? We'll keep this
Right.
between us. You look at a Georgia team, the number one team in the country, Alabama clinched the SEC West, uh, with the win over Arkansas. When you look
Hmm.
at this Georgia team and what they've been able to accomplish this year, we know that while the roots of the rivalry with Auburn are so deep, it has become much like that with Georgia because we've seen the back and forth and the putting the fist up and just going to battle with those guys. What about this Georgia team, kind of stands out to you and when Alabama does in fact meet them at the SEC championship game, what are you
Right.
kind of looking for in that game?
Always, man. Just first off, just a great game. Most often, Georgia. I think what Kirby's doing over there and his energy and his presence, thriving on the other guys that want to be the best. Coach with Kirby Smart being up on the Coach Saban for a couple of years. I think Kirby knows how to get his guys going and get them driven, and I think he has a great relationship with all the players there. I think has took this year and get to know his players so he can learn how to coach his players even better. And it looks great. And they're playing for one, they're playing for each other, and they listen to Coach Smart over there, and they're a great team. And when we get in the SEC championship, once we get there, we'll handle our business like we do every time we play Georgia. You know, me playing 45 minutes from Athens, I'm hearing a lot of junk. It's a lot of trash talking, but hey, I still want the Tide to roll.
Uh-huh, absolutely. That's awesome. And I know you said you'll be back in Birmingham to visit here in a little bit as well. And, just continuing with your career. You mentioned obviously getting ready to go to Frisco for, continue your playing career there
Yes,
in
ma'am.
that league. And, I guess for you, just the opportunity to continue playing football. What has this sport meant to you and just your career and being able to play really at almost every single level? How significant has that been for you and your life and the family that you have that has surrounded you and supported you through it?
No, for sure. I've met a lot of great people playing this sport, and having my daughter at a young age, it very motivated me to open up doors for my family that was never open for us, and just to go in and handle business. And playing football always was a getaway from distractions and trouble that I was having off the field, no matter what it was. And I enjoyed it. It has took me so many places. I never thought that I would be in Spokane, Washington last year, watching Gonzaga almost win them a national championship, and just knowing about that school and never knowing that I'm landing in Spokane, Washington. This is where their school is at. I never knew that until literally my feet hit the ground, and I'm just very blessed. I'm very blessed, and I wouldn't change anything. I'll walk the same steps again, and I'm also blessed for the people I have around me. My mother, my father, my grandmother, my sisters and brothers, my daughter. Um, I'm just blessed. I can't say much. I can't give myself the praise. I can just give it all to God and my support, because without them I wouldn't be able to overcome some things that happen. And I'm just happy to be here and still be able to tie them cleats up, and hopefully I can pass all my ability down to my daughter.
I love that. And of course, being in Washington and now you get to be in Frisco, Texas, I imagine you'll enjoy the temperatures and the climate maybe a little better there. Although, of course, you guys play indoors, but I imagine it gets a little chilly outside there in Washington at times, huh?
Oh, it does. I mean, it was a couple times in practice, and like we'll head into practice, or we'd be walking outside from practice. I'll be like, man, I'm glad I'm playing indoors right now. But I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to getting back to outside football. My dream still goes on. I still want to win me a Super Bowl. So, but everything's in God's hand, and Frisco's just my next stop right now.
Yeah, absolutely. You keep that ball rolling. We had a couple fans here comment in down this thread, and one of those I wanted to point out. I think it's Sherry Fontaine. Do you know Sherry Fontaine? She said, "Yes, I know
Yeah.
him."
Yeah, man. Shout out to the whole family. Here they have a
Yes.
Jonathan, man. Jonathan, I trained her son Jonathan, and he's having a great season. He's another upcoming guy that's very humble. All he wants to do is work. All he wants to do is work. He calls me all the time, send me his film, and great family. I'll sit on here all day just speaking how great they are, and just a family from Alabama that open their arms up and just show love to me, my family, my daughter, and everything.
Yeah, and she said, "Boy, if you're going to be in Beham again, Jonathan needs some more salsa lessons."
Yeah, yeah, that's what I be calling my juke moves.
Yeah.
I was training Jonathan one day, and his hips was tight, and I was like, and I started doing the salsa, and I was like, man, you gotta do the salsa like this.
I love that. We'll have to see what
Most
that
definitely.
salsa is all about. I'm about to go out here with Mike McCoy, so I'm gonna get him to replicate those salsa moves. See what you're juking with, right?
Oh yeah,
I
that's
love
where I
that.
got it from. That's where I
You
got
did?
it from. So Mike for sure can show you.
Okay, I'll let him show me. All right, before I let you go, Blake, last one for me. You
Okay.
spent obviously time there in Tuscaloosa working under one of the greatest coaches of all time and Nick Saban. What is one thing that you learned from him or that you'll take from your time there at Alabama that you will be able to take with you forever and obviously pass along to your family and your daughter as well?
Um, Man, just thanking your loved ones, because, you never know when they'll be gone. So no matter what you do and, you know, how you pay back your blessings is just loving and taking care of your loved ones and always putting God first and family second. And never always like be excited for the process and never worry about the outcome, because when you do that, you won't be able to be ready for what God has in store for you.
Absolutely. Love that. And certainly have a lot of fans on here commenting in that they love you.
Most
They miss
definitely.
you. Loved watching you play. Sherry
I
Fontaine
know,
says,
man.
love you, son. Love you, son. And Ron Summers writes in, Blake, you were and are a wonderful representative of the university, and lots of people excited to see you, and certainly thankful for your performances on the field, but what you gave to the community and to, of course, the fan base at Alabama. So we thank you for your time, Blake.
Thank
I
you.
know a lot of people will be watching this here for the days to come as we get ready for the Iron Bowl, and we appreciate you and wish you all the best in your endeavors. We hope to keep up with you, and we'll look into some of those salsa moves and see what that's all about.
Most definitely. Thank you, Lauren, for having me, because, it's a lot of athletes out here that you could have asked, and, you asked me, and I really appreciate you and wish you nothing but blessings and much happiness in your future.
All right, absolutely. Thank you. Be blessed, my friend. We'll talk to you soon.